Hi, I'm Old Sneelock. Welcome to another episode of Old Sneelock's Workshop. A couple days ago I went to the tractor supply company and found more racks behind the building. That's that one over there with this one and these pieces of sheet metal and that one bent up piece over there. And these I'm using as a base for a raised bed gardens. That way Lydia can come out and not have to crawl around on her hands and knees and try and pull weeds. And I think it's going to work out pretty well. The goal is in the spring to have the gardens planted right there in front of the workshop. They get sun most of the day there. I do have some branches to trim off of this guy because he's when the pine trees went down, they just went crazy to try to grow in where the sunlight is. So these trees over here need to be pruned back. But that's where the garden's going to be. And I'm going to use that fence wood that was used to make gates for a storage area over at the tractor supply. I'm going to use that wood to make the bed for the raised bed gardens. But right now, I'm going to cut up some of this stuff, which is old and bent. Well, it's new, but it's bent. So I'm going to take it apart and turn it into useful pieces that I can make something out of. this framework is just tacked together, which is kind of a nice thing for me because I don't have to cut quite as many welds. Once I get one end broke loose, then that means that the other end snaps off real easy. Now, one of the things that I want to build with these, and the thing that I'm working towards right now, is I want to make tool walls. You know, I've talked about it many times, having the tool wall on tracks. Well, I have the tracks. I have the wood to make the tool wall. I have the hangers to put the tool wall on. This is going to be the frame for the tool wall, because I'm going to hang quite a heavy amount of tools on the tool wall, and I don't want to have the wood have to support the whole thing. I want to give the plywood a nice solid frame that I can connect to with the hangers, with the rollers, so it'll roll back and forth and support itself. And that is what these things are going to be doing. A weld on one side of a piece that's unsupported by any other welds snaps off fairly easy. I have cut apart a whole bunch of steel in my life, and I found that that is the easiest way to get it apart. Just cut it loose, get one side broke free, snap it off. Press and wrench does a nice job. Gives you a handle to hang on to and a little leverage. There. Now this I can straighten out a little bit, put it on the anvil and hammer that ripple out of it. Should be just fine. I want to make the tool wall about 6 feet high. And there's going to be 4 of them on this wall. So I have enough. This angle iron with a little piece added onto it's going to be more than enough to make the thing 6 foot high. And I have enough to make 1 tool wall, 2 tool walls, 3 tool walls, 4 tool walls with that one over there. So I've got enough to make 4 of them. I still need enough angle iron to make the 5th one, which goes on the north wall. It's just going to be behind the mechanics bench so I can hang wrenches and things on it. Have stuff in behind it so I gain enough distance that I get enough square footage so that I can hang a good number of tools and have access to them. Kind of doubles the wall space in the building. On this wall over here where the racks are, where I'm going to put 2 tool walls up, that'll make it so that I've got 4 tool walls there, and then I can have 1 on the wall itself on the north side and 1 rolling back and forth on the track. So I'll have 6 tool walls. Do I have that many tools? Yeah, actually I do, counting everything. So that's the plan. Get these cut up, make them into pieces so I can set them up in a fixture and weld them all the same size, not try and cobble up something out of these admittedly crappy welds. I'll probably have to cut the ends off and add on a piece, but welding on a piece of angle iron onto the end of another piece of angle iron, simple enough. To make it happen, you take 1 piece of angle iron, clamp it there, take another piece of angle iron and clamp it like so, then just weld them together. The outside piece holds them straight. You can tack it together. The clamps hold it straight and square. You tack it together, finish welding it. It's going to hold. Done that hundreds of times. Now some of you might think, well, that angle iron looks kind of small. Yes, it's only probably 2 millimeter and 2 millimeter thick, and about well, imperial would be about inch, so 1/8 inch by inch. Metric is about 2 millimeters by 2.5 centimeters. Plenty strong enough to support it on a hang. Doesn't have to have any compression strength. It's just got to have strength to hold under tension. This will do just fine. Okay, where's the next one? I'm going to throw a clamp on this thing so I can hold it down a little better. Always unplug it. That way you don't happen to run your finger over the start switch. Never done it with a grinder. I did it once with a drill motor. It was exciting. One problem with wearing glasses, it makes it so that everything that sweats off my forehead ends up landing on my glasses. Then I can't see through it. Kind of negates the purpose of the glasses. Looking through a big smeary mess. Doesn't help that I have cataracts, which makes everything kind of a smeary mess anyways. But you add on the sweat onto the glasses, makes it a kind of a pain in the neck. There. I'll cut this one off here. Maybe I'll be able to bend that one and break it, I don't know. Probably easier just to cut it. I am going through cutting wheels pretty quick. Probably would be better to have this whole thing clamped down rigidly because the angle iron is vibrating like the dickens, and that's not helpful on the wheel life. But we're making it. So I've managed to recycle and recover a whole lot of scrap iron that would have gone to the landfill or perhaps gone to the scrap pile, but I didn't see anybody coming in with a scrap truck and hauling it away. I saw somebody hauling away garbage. So this is a benefit for everybody. Tractor Supply gets rid of some stuff that they don't want anymore, and I get to have something that I do want, and the world's a better place. So if you have any suggestions for a new video, questions about today's video, or any of the other videos on the channel, just drop a note in the comments. You know I read them all. Thanks for watching.
This video is not to be viewed by anyone under the age of 13 in the U.S. or 16 in the European Union without the express written permission of the parents or the legal guardians of the underage person. Such written permission must be on file at the local government entity in charge of enforcing the rules and regulations established by the FTC. Anyone violating these terms is admitting by default that they hold harmless the owners and operators of this channel. Any and all questions should be addressed to your local branch of the FTC.